Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title of this video though, this is going to be my last battleground of BFA. That's right, unfortunately, obviously, well, technically, fortunately, if you think about it, the Shadowlands pre-patch is coming out, so I'm actually really happy and I can't wait to obviously play that. It's going to be very good, but I just basically wanted to do one last battleground as my standard spec that I usually play, obviously playing on my Warlock as Affliction. And just basically take time to talk about BFA, you know, what I've enjoyed about BFA and what I haven't enjoyed so much, and basically talk about why I'm excited for Shadowlands. And yeah, I'll just basically jump straight into it. I'll show you my build very soon, and yeah, we'll just go straight into it. So I don't know if you recall, you know, BFA actually coming out like the first day when you started playing, but I remember it like it was yesterday, man. I remember logging in, right, doing some quests, going to speak to Magni. I can't remember if that was during the pre-patch or during the actual release, but I remember talking to him, getting my Azurite armor right, doing some questing, getting introduced to Borealis, and then, you know, starting off my leveling experience in like Tiragard Sound and going to like Storm Song and Drustvar, for example. I really loved the questing experience. I thought it was unique, to be honest, right? I really liked it. Sure, it kind of got boring after you've done it for quite a while, right? When you got to like your third ult, then that's when you started, like, you know, well, second or third ult, that's when you started wondering, should I find different ways to level, because this can get a little bit repetitive. And that's when like Island Expeditions started to, you know, give you a ton of XP boost, and then obviously, or experience gained, and then you would do stuff like dungeons, and it was actually really good. Just 1 second, I'll just pause right there, and here are my talents that I'm going to be playing today, guys. It's just my standard build that I normally play. Gone with ×2 Cascading Calamity, ×3 Inevitable Demise, and then 1 Racking Brilliance. For my essences, that was my trait, so for my essences, gone with Breath of the Dying, Lucid Dreams, Conflict and Strife, and Vision of Perfection. Then corruption-wise, we're at a total of 25 with 5 Expedient Rank 3s, 2 Expedient Rank 2s, and 2 Versatile Rank 2s. So that's it for my build today, guys. Hopefully, you know, you try this build out potentially. I know there's only 1 day left of being 120 though, because the pre-patch should come out on Wednesday. So for us, it should be the 14th. So, you know, 14th of October. So fingers crossed we can actually play that and get some content rolling out. Well, none of the rambling. Rambled too much today, so we need to stop rambling. I guess we're just walking away from this space. But yeah, I remember when BFA came out, right? I you know, thought it was going to be an expansion dedicated strictly towards PvP, and I think everybody felt the same. I cloaked, damn it. I used my claw into cloak, I'm an idiot. But yeah, I thought it was going to be an expansion dedicated towards PvP. We would finally see who won against the Horde and the Alliance, and then I just thought in general that everything would be dedicated around World PvP potentially, PvP, Horde versus Alliance, and finally seeing who won the war. Technically, we were right? Because not Shadowlands, what am I talking about? Sylvanas, she obviously was at the forefront of the whole lore and the expansion. You know, she turned evil and, you know, had to do with all the old gods. We were talking about that. And it was really good to experience the lore. I thought the lore was actually pretty cool. I would have liked to see more. Maybe whether, I don't know, you saw like Anduin or something go to like the gates of Orgrimmar and like call out Sylvanas or something. Oh, technically we did see that, right? When we went with, what's his name? Sarfang. And then he challenged the how was it pronounced? Like Lokmara, or however you say it. I completely forgot, but he challenged a duel against Sylvanas and unfortunately lost. Spoilers alert. But yeah, I really liked the lore. It could have been a lot better, don't get me wrong, but in my opinion, it was okay. Wasn't the best lore I've seen, but I did think it was going to be more about, you know, Horde versus Alliance, and it kind of was, but at the same time, towards the end, it was kind of like Horde and Alliance versus Sylvanas, which isn't a bad thing, and obviously Shadowlands is going to continue with that lore, but it just could have been better, right? And then in regards to PvE, that's when I actually think Blizzard done a really nice job. I think PvE was one of the best things to come of BFA. I don't know if anyone agrees with me, but the Mythic Plus experience I thought was really nice. Sure, I don't really like the introduction of Raider.io in the sense of, you know, people not doing low keys anymore. What I mean by that is you spend like 40 minutes looking for a healer or a tank now for 15s, and it's just so bad because everybody's wanting to push keys. So it's really hard to pug like 15s and like your lower keys as well. So if you want to gear up your ult characters, it's kind of hard. You kind of need to start from like a mythic 0, work your way up and create your own group, and I kind of find that sucks. Or you have to wait for like 2 hours just to find a group. So in that sense, I didn't really like Mythic Plus when it comes to pugging, but overall I think that Mythic Plus was actually really cool. You've definitely seen me post some Mythic Plus content on this channel before, and you've definitely you know, heard me talk about Mythic Plus. So in that sense, I'm actually really happy with the outcome. Oh, there's a lot of people at farm. Do we go? I think we do. But yeah, when it comes to PvP though, I personally didn't really arena much, right? I probably did a total of like 1,000 games, maybe a little bit more. I'm not really too sure. I've probably done more than that, but overall, it just wasn't my cup of tea, right? At the start of the expansion, Affliction was good. I'm not saying I didn't PvP because of Affliction. I kind of just felt like overall it just wasn't my thing, since, you know, Azerite traits, corruptions, essences, and all that was a thing, and obviously it just kind of didn't make me want to play PvP as much anymore, because it was all RNG. Like, the spec itself could be quite bad, but if you have decent corruption, then you're doing good, and I kind of feel like that isn't what, you know, World of Warcraft should stand for. Well, that's not what World of Warcraft should stand for, in the sense that you as a character in MMORPG is all about gearing up, right? If your spec's bad, then it's fine. You play a different spec, or you kind of spec your build differently in order to do good, right? And that's what it should come down to. It shouldn't come down to, oh, I have to get this one piece of gear or this one corruption in order to compete competitively in World of Warcraft. And you could argue Xrathis, like, you don't need the best gear, right? You could get 460 item level and still do good. But in my opinion, corruptions matter. For example, I'm an Affliction Warlock, right? Affliction is terrible in BFA right now. I say terrible, it's okay, but it's definitely not, like, it's not good when compared to Destro and Demo, for example. But if I have good corruptions, you know, full 12% haste stamps or full versatility or a mix of two, then it allows me to do a little bit better in arena. If I didn't have that, then I would just get you know, trained and mounted instantly in arena, and obviously that's what it boils down to. So unfortunately, gearing is a big issue I've had with BFA, if I'm completely honest, but overall I thought it was actually quite good. If I go with my playtime, right, I have 56 days playtime on my main, which is okay, because considering I like playing my ults too, right? So my main's the obviously main character I play a lot, and then my ults I just kind of go back and forth from. So it's not terrible. Definitely could be better, but for an expansion that everybody says is quite bad, I've actually quite enjoyed myself a little bit. Now, it's not the most fun I've had on an expansion, don't get me wrong, definitely could be a lot better, but it wasn't that terrible. I think Blizzard have done a good job in sense of PvE. I love the raiding experience, right? Battle of the Zara was awesome. The fact that you could, if you're Alliance, right, the last like 3 bosses, you could phase and be the Horde and look at it from their perspective. That was unique and awesome, and I really like Blizzard for doing that. Literally, that, me going there for the first time and me turning into like a goblin because I'm a gnome, that was so cool. I really like the idea of that, and in general, I think they've done a really nice job with PvE. Oh, nice. Damn, I'll continue the discussion, don't worry guys. So killing blow wise, we've done 8 and 0 second today. Damage wise though, top on damage while talking about BFA, that's quite cool. With 10 million. This is I want to say my first time recording. Yeah, I've been to town today, right? Saw my girlfriend and everything, so it actually came out quite smooth today, so really nice. Tried recording this yesterday. I ended up doing like, I think it was like 20 and 2 in a battleground, and it was actually really good. But overall, guys, BFA wasn't terrible, right? Sure, the end game content kind of lacked, and obviously when Shadowlands came at, no, why am I keep bringing up Shadowlands? I know I'm interested in Shadowlands, but come on. I'm trying to say, when Island Expeditions came out, right, it was cool for like the first couple of weeks, maybe a month, and then it kind of got a bit stale, because everybody would go to do Island Expeditions to level, because it was like the fastest way for you to actually level, so it just got repetitive. You would continuously grind Island Expeditions for your Azerite, and then you continue continuously obviously grind that to get to 120, and I thought it's kind of a bit repetitive and boring. And then obviously people started finding new innovative ways to level, and that was pretty cool. I remember some people just doing dungeons, or whether you use heirlooms and then specific potions, or whether you go do like Dark Moon, for example, put your potion on, heirlooms on, do a group, and then run through some dungeons. Like, there was definitely some unique ways to level, and that was pretty cool. I like the aspect of that, but just overall, when it comes to the PvP experience, I didn't enjoy it as much. It wasn't the worst, in my opinion. Like, I'm comparing this to Mr. Pandaria right now, right? Mr. Pandaria was my favourite expansion just in general. When it comes to PvP, everything was flawless in my opinion. I thought that PvP was awesome. World PvP was great, and I really enjoyed that. Ah, damn it, we didn't get one here. I really enjoyed World PvP, and I thought they did a great job there. But when it comes to BFA, I kind of feel like they messed up on the PvP. Maybe messed up's a bit harsh, but when it comes to World PvP, the fact that scaling is a thing was really, really bad for the game. The fact that a level 110 could beat potentially beat a max level, and the numbers lied to you, basically, I thought that was just bad, right? I don't like the idea that the game can just be like, hey, this is the numbers you're outputting, but it's different on the enemy screen. And in my opinion, they should change that or work around it. Maybe remove scaling and just, sort that out entirely. But I don't know if Blizzard want to do that, because they want to give new players, obviously, a chance to compete. And I understand where they're coming from, but at the end of the day, right, it's just not fun. If you're like 5 levels below me, I should kill you within like 20 seconds, for example, right? And if you're a couple levels below me, sure, it'd be a little bit harder, but if I'm really good geared, then you shouldn't have a chance. That's my personal opinion on scaling, but just overall, it was an okay expansion, right? This is probably an expansion I've played somewhat the most, because obviously I've been creating content on it, and I don't know, I've just been trying to enjoy myself with this expansion. It hasn't been bad, but the end game content definitely could have been worked on. I find myself doing Mythic Plus and, Battlegrounds quite a lot, as you can see on the channel, but I would like to arena more, and I would definitely like to push Raider.io rating. I know I talked about that earlier, saying I don't really enjoy it, but what I mean by that is when the new dungeons come out in Shadowlands and the new arena map and everything like that, I'll probably want to play that more, because it gives me an incentive to play, because they're adding new things into the game. And obviously with the introduction in Shadowlands to PvP gear, it's going to definitely entice me to start PvPing more, because I really like that. Now, to top it all off, I would actually really, really like to see appearances come back. So Warlock specific appearances, so like the class sets and everything like that. That was awesome. But now they've like introduced stuff like this, right? The Nihilotha set. So every cloth class has these ones instead. And obviously it's kind of cool. Like they do look cool, don't get me wrong. The Zara Law set looks amazing, and I find like some of the PvP gear looks cool. But you can't beat some of the nostalgic Warlock gear. The Molten Core gear, sure, it's a low res, but it looks cool. Blackwing layer gear, it looks okay. You have stuff like Growl's Lair, the Season 1 PvP set, Season 2, the Black Temple with the wings coming out. Like, it's just so cool. And there's definitely some of these sets that I like using, like this Tyrannical Gladiators one, or the Season Elite Season 15 set from Mr. Pandaria. As you can tell, I really like PvPing back then, and it was just so cool, man. I really enjoyed myself back then. But BFA, so basically to sum things up, I know it's coming to like 15 minutes or something of this video, right? But to sum up, I didn't mind BFA. It definitely had its flaws, but it also had its highlights, like dungeons, for example. Sure, there was dungeons I didn't like Shrine of the Storm wasn't my personal favourite. Same with like King's Rest and Tol de Gore. But overall, there was really nice dungeons like Freehold. We also have Wakerest Manor. We also have Undera. I kind of liked those dungeons. Atoll d'Azar. Like, there was some really good dungeons, and the fact that the affixes change each week made the game more fun, in my opinion. And when it comes to PvP, it's fun, but it's nothing when you compare it to like Mr. Pandaria, right? The world PvP is laggy now, and usually have like pre-mage for the Battle of Nazjatar, so it's a laggy, There's usually pre-mades. Also, what is there? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Oh yeah, scaling. There's also scaling, which in my opinion isn't the best thing. And just in general, I wish that they could try and sort that out a bit, and maybe like change some of the battlegrounds, for example, like Temple of Kot Mogu. I'd love to see that change a little bit, wouldn't you guys? Because every time I go in there, there's two outcomes. Either you demolish the enemy, or the enemy demolishes you. There's no like fair battleground in that one anymore, like fair gameplay, because it's either one team controls all the orbs, or the other team controls the orbs. Sure, you get that rare game where it's actually balanced, but usually it's not. But with corruptions, Azurites, essences, and everything of the above going, and more, it's actually really, really good. But sorry for dragging out this video for so long, guys. I just wanted to basically give my opinion on BFA. Like, it isn't the worst expansion, right? I didn't really like WoD as much, but it's kind of cool. I really regret not doing Mythic Plus back then and getting the gear. Literally, I missed out on that, so that was unfortunate. But overall, it was, you know, an okay expansion. Ashran didn't really plan out to be as good, but BFA, overall, it was okay, and it could have gone better. But guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. This is, in fact, my last battleground of BFA at 120, and BFA in general. Next time you see me will probably be in the pre-patch on a reset day loot video or something like that. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. Hopefully you agree with my comments in the description down below. Well, hopefully you agree with my comments, and just let me know in the description down below. That's what I was supposed to say. Well, thank you for watching today, guys. If you did like it, then obviously make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. So, peace!